There is a commitment. This is not about India. The United States doesn't want anyone buying Russian oil. The president has been very clear on this. He wants this war to end. And so anyone who is, in a way, still involved with that conflict is something that the president wants to see come to an end in hopes of peace coming with that. I think we have a great relationship. I think it comes down to multiple things. The first thing is the great friendship between our president and your prime minister. The signing will happen very soon. In fact, even this week, we have both teams are talking to each other and actively getting to a place where both will be able to sign. Look, the reality is there's tens of thousands of points. We're not dealing with a small country. This is one of the biggest economies. And so we're thrilled that the interim deal is done. You have the few tweaking points that are left to do, but it's done. So the signing will happen sooner than later. So two things. On the oil, there's an agreement. I also don't want to be giving out too much in the sense that what private conversations happened occurred between the two leaders. We have seen India diversify on their oil. There is a commitment. This is not about India. The United States doesn't want anyone buying Russian oil. The president has been very clear on this. He wants this war to end. And so anyone who is, in a way, still involved with that conflict is something that the president wants to see come to an end in hopes of peace coming with that. On the first part of your question, that is also, there's multiple mechanisms. It's not one executive order. So that is making its way through the pipeline. The executive order specifically on oil was already signed. So that's done. The second part of it on the tariffs being rebalanced, there's multiple things. It's not just one piece of paper. It's multiple things, multiple departments, multiple areas. Great question. Look, and the achievements, I appreciate your kind words, but it takes a lot of people. It's hundreds and thousands of people from across the government. It's the friendship and the relationship between our two nations that ultimately gets these things across the finish line. The Quad is very important. When Secretary Rubio got sworn in, I was there for his clap-in. That was his first hour when he arrived at the State Department. The first meeting that Secretary Rubio did right after was with the Quad. And that sends a message to the world. He didn't meet with anyone else. It was the Quad. It was literally minutes after he came into the State Department. So that's something we're fully engaged on. We're actively in talks. And that, in fact, I'll share this with you here. I don't have exact dates, but Secretary Rubio will be traveling to India very soon, in a matter of months. And so that'll be part of the Quad along with many other initiatives.